Nick Tuckert here with the Historical Fencing Guild. Well, folks, today I want to do a quick review on an unexpected knife. That unexpected knife is this. It's a Sheffield, I assume that's how you pronounce it, uh, folding box cutter. Now, this knife is entirely plastic. And honestly, this is not something I would normally even purchase or handle, but this has been a real surprise. Now, I bought this as, at the time, it was an emergency stopgap. I was out and I wanted a box cutter style knife because I had to rebuild an emergency casing around my wife's driver's side mirror, and that required duct tape, and I had to cut out a good shape of 2 liter bottle to make the casing to go over it because it had been taken out by a deer. So I'm at Walmart. I pick up the tape. I pick up one of these. I was thinking I could have got one of the 28-cent click knives, but I have those, and I find myself, when I replace them, I replace the whole thing. It seems kind of wasteful. So I looked up, and this guy was only a couple bucks. It was literally $2.47. They've since upped the price to $3.47, being Walmart, and I don't think it's worth it at that price. I'll be honest. You're looking at the metal. You can get metal ones or a folder, but for $2, especially if they drop it, if this ever hits like the 197 line, I'd tell everyone to buy one because they're just dang handy. But I did not expect it to last through the job, let alone through the several weeks I've been carrying it around now. But it stays locked. Actually, the spring tension is quite stout, so it doesn't commit the sin of most folding knives that I, in my pocket, of cracking open and then slicing things, because that happens all the time. Drives me nuts. I carry a lot of things in my pockets I snag. This little guy hasn't done that. It's also very, very light. It's about half the weight, maybe an ounce or two. I mean, this is incredibly light. And yet, and I'm a stickler for doing it right. You don't have to pull it back, but I tend to just to ease this thing. It locks in. It locks in sturdy. The plastic, while obviously a cheap plastic, I mean, this isn't like a fancy. It's stout. It's not creaking in my hand. It doesn't creak when I squeeze it. Barely rattles, which really surprises me because that means it's fit really well together. And the grip, for somebody especially like me who has small hands, it's a very positive, very strong grip. It's not going to slide. It's not going to skip. The other thing I like is, if you look, it says press right there. You press there, pull. You can flip this blade over. I haven't had to yet. You can replace it with a standard box cutter blade like this. And you can, clicks right back. This is amazing. I wonder if I had a metal detector with a plastic blade, or a ceramic blade in this style, if it would ping. That's morbid curiosity. But what it does, it works. It works well, and it's cheap. So I have to comment on it. And because I'm carrying it around so often, I'll probably try to make a trainer out of a cutting board with a blade marked this long, because it's interesting to see if what you carry could actually be of any real use. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Closing it is just a matter of pull this back, lock it. It works. I can't really say anything else other about it, but it worked better than I expected. It goes to show sometimes even a very cheap knife can be effective for light to moderate day-to-day use. All right, that's all I've got tonight. Thank you. Please like, share, comment. I always want your comments. Subscribe. If you feel like helping out, my Patreon, my books. You guys have seen the gobbledygook at the end of my descriptions. So thank you. And as always, support your local swordmaster.